Welcome back to another episode of Marvel Future Revolution. Today I want to jump into just some very brief conversation. Basically, it's pay to win versus free to play discussion. And I want to point out something to you guys based on the weekly rewards. Most of you probably have been playing this game now for probably about a week, with the launch happening last week. And you're going to notice something this week as you get your rewards, basically. And that's going to be that, you're not going to be high inside some of the in-game content, which is probably going to be a problem for you if you're trying to catch. I don't know why I always press that button, especially if you're trying to keep up with the play to win whales. So I'm going to show you guys, I consider myself about a dolphin level spender for the game. You can see my power level is almost about 800,000. I can safely complete special operations all the way up to, I completed special operations all the way up to rank to 30 this week, 29 I think it was, or some shit like that. But basically, if I go inside my weekly rankings, right, and you can see what the reward list was there for that. So can I compete with these guys that are in here at this top level ranking? So inside special operations, you're going to look at the top ranked player right now is sitting at 757,000. That's what his power level is. He doesn't have anything special inside here. I can tell you at the end of last week, however, that the top level player was not that. It was not 757 power. It was literally 1.2 million. It was literally 3 stars, on a costume, and you're going to see this across the various game modes. So I collected the rewards for special operations. Let's collect up the rewards for the battle challenge. I was able to come into rank 173, which is about 10 of these 2 core boxes. I think they are. Yeah, 2 to 4 stars. So they're 2 core boxes. I guarantee you I'm gonna open them and get 2 core boxes. Let's see what the weekly ranking is sitting at this. So right now we've got Sigma. Let's see where he's sitting. He's at 968,000 power level. He's got the whole Midgardia set inside here. That's quite a bit. Yeah, I can tell you he's not going to stand in that position for very long. We can go to Omega War, which I think the Omega War and those server locations, the PvP content is where you're going to notice the biggest and most drastic differences. So I was able to finish at 217. My last week's score was 7,484, which wasn't bad. I had a pretty decent week. I think I got paired up with some pretty good teams, and I had some significant boost in skills. Yeah, so we've got somebody starting out already inside Omega War, and you can see it's a Zayas is literally sitting at damn near 1.2 million power level with his Iron Man. He's literally sitting at a full set Midgardia. Okay, so there's gonna be a maintenance to do some serviceability. It's like a 20-minute maintenance, and he's literally got 1 star of nano fusion on his costume already, increasing his attack. That's crazy, right? And his battle badges are pretty damn good too, because he's got dark zone battle badges sitting inside here is what it looks like. So let's look at, you can see his cores as well. Those are 6-star cores. Man is yeah, you know what I mean? You can see the number of 6-star cores. Okay, so I still didn't place too badly in terms of the rankings inside Omega War. Let's see where I placed in Dimension Duel. I was only in Platinum 1. I was having some serious difficulty inside Dimension Duels trying to get up the ranks. 85, it's not bad, but let's take a look at the weekly ranking right here. You're gonna notice X-Force is sitting over here again, 1.2 mil. Oh my god, holy shit. So look at my man over here, obviously sporting the Midgardia set as well, and it's Iron Man. And not only does he have 1.2 million, but if you notice, he's got 6-star fusion on his Midgardia set. 6-star fusion. His cores, he's got some 5-star cores. Okay, 5-star cores. So he hasn't invested as much in his cores yet, but Jesus Christ. So I'm going to talk to you guys about this. I'm going to talk to you as I collect these rewards, right? So And then Dark Zone, which I hardly participated in this week, I got 510. It was just too much. It seemed like all the alliances were in there just beating down any people that weren't on their alliance, and it was just it was too much. I really couldn't get into it. Yeah, it just wasn't for me. And we can look at that and we can see another character sitting at 1.2 million, and he's got 5-star. He's literally sitting at 5-star. 5-star. That's nuts. That's crazy as heck. So okay, so this is to talk to you guys about these rewards. So like if I go now into my inventory, we can pop what I got, which was 1 or 3-star costume box. Okay, whatever. That was nothing. I think it's in our mail. It's gonna be sitting in our mail. So this is basically what we got. We got 75 Dark Zone tokens, which is nothing. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. It's nothing. Like if you go inside the Dark Zone event and you pop it, you need about 150 to pull a Dark Zone badge that's worth anything. I warned you guys about this being nerfed, and it's going to be nerfed, and it was nerfed, and it's just going to represent a bigger gap in terms of like players being able to close the gap between those who have and those who have not, because the top reward is basically 150 badges. We've got 5 of the special operations badges, the boxes, which is cool because it includes some of the Hydra Empire stuff. So the regional set stuff, so you can get them from there. And I got some of these battle badges. So let's claim these and let's see what we get. So opening up these boxes, do I get anything at all for any of the sets? Of course not. And I got 1 2-star, so absolutely nothing. I'm gonna guarantee probably about 8 of these are gonna be 2-star. Watch. Even worse, they were all 10 of them were 2-star. Like I told you, always err on the loose side. So it sucks. It really does suck, but it is what it is. So when you're playing this game, I want you to keep in mind, right, that the ratio of the drop rates in the game are so terribly bad in and of themselves. When you go inside the shop, to go purchase items and things like that from here, the drop rates, like I told you, are so atrocious. They're terribly bad. They're like not good overall, especially for costumes and stuff like that. So they're just bad. They're terrible. I mean, you're getting less than 1% chance on most of these items inside the shop, so they're really not worth it for you. Trying to keep up with the pay to win crowd inside the PvP modes, terribly not worth it. Nano Fusion involves you having to make enough pulls, most likely from the costume set right here, to get the same item. DM, I think his name is DM and Marvel Revolution. It's he's one of probably the more popular channels for Marvel Future Revolution at the moment right now. He basically used all earnings that he had from getting this game going, where he spent about $1,500 on the game and just pulls. He didn't get very much at all. He was drawing for the Rise of the East, and he got 1 piece of the Rise of the East, which was supposed to have the highest increased chance of getting, and he didn't have any of it. You're seeing some of the people running around with Savage Shadowlands and stuff like that, and you're like, how the fuck are you getting that stuff? Like, there's just no fucking way. So overall, like, I would say to you guys, like, you really have to be mindful of what you're spending your money on, how you're spending your money, and the modes that you're investing in, because you're not going to most likely be able to keep up with players in certain arenas, especially in the PvP arenas, because there's just no way for you to keep up with that. Where you'll look at guys like Half Send, you'll look at guys or members of X-Force and Whale Pod, and they have, costume sets that are fully kitted out and have 6-star red star. Are you going to be able to keep up with these guys? No, you're not. You are absolutely not. As a free to play, it's not going to be about that. My hope is that they involve some more modes inside this game where they have in bracketing. Like, one of the big discussions that is currently happening in the community is the concern that I brought up a while ago to you guys, was matchmaking and bracketing. Jumping inside a mode like Omega War and constantly getting one-shotted by, top tier, whales. isn't fun. It's not going to endear people to want to join in on those modes. And if you look at other games, like if Marvel Future Fight, Alliance Conquest is one of those modes where it's like that. Even when you look at what they did with Timeline Battle inside of that game, where now they have a special tier tree for the whales of the game, and they've literally catered to those whales. You've got to consider where you're at inside this game and where it's going to go. The hope is that maybe they give us more PvE content, because raids is just not enough. PvE content that will help drive the player base in the free-to-play community, but don't try to keep up with the whales. Enjoy the game for what is available to you there, and keep playing those modes. Get the rewards that you can, and have as much fun in that regard as possible. When I say that these rewards are terrible in terms of draw rates, I'm talking about even with the crystals that they give you, that you're awarded, it's almost not worth it to draw these things. And the really funny part is, it's not like they give you enough crystals from these events where it makes even drawing on these that worth it, because in a week, are you going to get, you'd probably have to run a month to get 1,800 crystals, and that's 10 draws for a terrible time. Now, when you go inside the special token shop, that we were basically looking at this, and we're all waiting for that to roll over. So there are ways that they have put in the game for you to try to get certain items and stuff like that, which is kind of cool, right? Because you can get certain items from just playing a lot, but it's just that the rates on these items are so terrible. Like, they are atrocious. They're less than 1%. I don't know why the thought process was there. I'm hoping that it doesn't affect the game for too much longer, and that Netmarble does something about it, because it's not going to help a lot of free to players want to stick around. And it always strikes me really weird when you go inside your friends list, for instance. So if I go inside my friends list and you start to scroll down, and you see that you'll have players in the beginning of the game, I've deleted a lot of players and re-added them, where they're just gone. They're like, they stop playing, especially players who have worked their way up to rank 102, and or really anything 75 and above, in my opinion, and they just drop off the game because the grind's just not what they want. It's just not fun, because you're locked out of playing Dark Zone, you're locked out of playing Omega War, you're locked out of really being competitive in Dimension Duel, and pretty much you're just stuck to the grind of raid and blitz, raid and blitz, raid and blitz, raid and blitz. So try to have fun with what you can, jump into those modes and build your characters for fun, but don't try to keep up with the whales. You'll find yourself totally, unenthused about jumping in the game and playing, and it's just going to drive you away. So try to stick on that path. Trust me, it'll make the game more fun to you, and eventually you will catch up in a way that it will be meaningful to you, where you can at least have fun in those modes. Maybe not compete for the top slots, but you'll have fun inside those modes nonetheless. All right, guys, I'm gonna sign off right now. Please like, subscribe, and comment. I really been excited about the comments in the sections, because it's really helping me drive my content creation and see what what my viewership wants to see. And the more that you subscribe to the channel, the more that you engage with me, is the more that I'm able to give you content on the game. So until the next time, guys, peace.